So I wanted to do a quick video about depression, anxiety, and overcommitment. I don't know if any of you have ever struggled with this, but every day I get letters almost every day from people around the world about my TEDx talk. And the most common question they ask me is, they say, Jessica, you said in your TED talk, if you can't say no, then your yeses mean nothing. But how do you say no? And this is actually a very good question. And, recently I had an experience where this organization I'm a part of, it's not work, it's not, it's not school, so I don't have to worry about disability discrimination, but it's a fun organization I'm a part of, and I was inducted to it last fall, and I got this email last month, and it said, we would like you to consider being in charge of this certain committee. And I wasn't sure if I could do it, and I felt some anxiety, right, about, oh no, what do I say? And so a lot of times out of anxiety we don't say no to things, we passively say yes, or we take on commitments that we can't handle. So then I took a step back and I thought, okay, wait a minute. I have to respond to this person, right? I can't just, they're not some random person who sent me an email about something I never heard of before. I'm actually part of this organization. And I thought, what if I didn't have all the different health problems I have? Would I like to do this thing they're asking me to do? And the answer was yes. Yes, I would really like to do this. And then I thought, okay, I don't know if I'll be able to do this, to lead this organization that she wants me to lead, this committee, all the way in September. And so I thought about it, and I emailed her back, and I said, I just started taking this new drug for my autoimmune conditions last week, and can I get back to you in April? Is this okay? And they were really cool about the whole thing. And so I think if you have pre-existing conditions, psychiatric or otherwise, if you have bipolar disorder like me, or if you have depression, or if you have anxiety, or if you don't necessarily struggle with those things, but you overcommit and that causes anxiety, here are some tips for how to say no. I think first, ask yourself, is it circumstances that are preventing you from being able to do a certain thing? So if somebody asks you to do X, would you, under the ideal circumstances, like to do that? If the answer is no, then you just keep it brief and say no. So I wrote an article, I'll put a link in the comments about how to say no, 5 tips to help you. So that's number 1 that I didn't know before in the past, was that you could keep it brief. Now, since I actually want to do this thing, health allowing, I basically told her that we could touch base again in a couple months. So that's another tip, is that there are other variations between yes and no. There is also not now. So not now is powerful if you're not sure about the future. If you are sure, however, that you don't want to do something under any circumstances, I don't suggest using the phrase not now. That's kind of just procrastinating. And so it's human nature not to want to give people bad news. And that's why it's hard to say no. But I think if you keep it brief, treat other people the way you want to be treated. That's my second tip. And don't overpromise. So if you tell someone you're going to do something, don't follow it up by promising something by making a promise you can't keep, right? It's human nature. So if you say, sorry, I couldn't come to your play this week, but I will go to the next play. If you're not sure about that, don't say that. And then 4th, again, is what I said before, is learn to use not now. So I remember I was working on a healthcare project with someone, and there's a lot of moving parts, different organizations involved, and it was like, okay, who is going to write an op-ed in the Tribune? Who is going to contact the reporter that you know and such? Who is going to secure the venue? Who is going to give this speech, that? And so we were dividing up responsibilities, and I had to, after the big conference call with all these people on the field call on it, ask someone there, send them an email reminding them, oh, can you give me the name of the reporter at the Tribune? And he said to me, I can't do it now, but I can do it 2 days from now. Can you email me then? And that was really powerful. And so then the fifth tip is to apologize when you can't deliver. So whether the reason is you have a condition, whatever that is, whether it's depression, bipolar disorder, or autoimmune conditions, you should apologize when you don't deliver. And sometimes it's not appropriate to get into health reasons. It depends on the specifics of the situation. And you may not have to get into the specifics of why, right? But you can still apologize. We don't have to get into the story of our lives when we say no to someone when they ask us to do something we can't do. But by that same token, if we treat other people the way we want to be treated, if we can't tell them the details of our situation, we could at least say, I'm sorry, if we over-deliver and we can't promise, we can't fulfill it. So anyway, let me know your thoughts. Do you have a problem with overcommitment? How does it make you feel? And I hope everyone's doing well. If you found this video helpful, click subscribe and hit the like button. See you later. Bye.